spoopies, it's Kaylee, and as you can probably tell from the title of this video that it's going to be kind of controversial today. I know a lot of people are gonna hate this video, they're gonna hate me for making this video, but you know, whatever, it's my channel, I can make videos about whatever I want. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Simple as that. If you're sick of hearing about it, if you're sick of the drama, if you don't want to, you know, watch another video about it, that is fine. I'm letting you know that is what this video is going to be about the Jeffree Star makeup drama. So you can go ahead and exit out of the video now. Bye! And just to get it out of the way, I am not making this video to, I don't know, jump on the trend train, to ride anyone's coattails, to kind of I don't know, because I really am invested in the drama or anything like that. I'm really not. If I was interested in, you know, jumping onto it for the views or whatever, I would have done a video about it, you know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago when it was like a really huge issue. I wanted to give it time to kind of die down and let the dust settle a little bit before I gave my opinion on it. I've had a few people ask me my opinion on it, so that's why I'm making this video, but mostly because not really having to do with the drama itself, but just because the whole issue has kind of made me think a lot about being more conscious as consumers, especially us in kind of like the YouTube like makeup beauty circles. I'm not saying I'm a beauty YouTuber. I know I do some beauty stuff. I don't consider myself a beauty guru or whatever, but you know, I am very involved in the makeup community. I love makeup, and so that's why it hits kind of close to home for me, and I just kind of wanted to talk about it and give some of my thoughts on being more informed and more ethical as consumers. So of course the whole scandal that I'm talking about is all the drama with Jeffree Star. If you don't know what I'm talking about somehow, or if you've been under a rock and you haven't heard anything about it, I won't recap it too much and go into every detail, but there are plenty of YouTubers who have done a ton of, you know, much better videos than I could ever do, kind of explaining the whole situation and everything, but I'll link to those down in the description below. But basically, some popular YouTubers have called out Jeffree Star on some really terrible behavior he has exhibited in the past and very recently. Mostly that he made some kind of joking videos on his MySpace years ago that nevertheless had some very, very racist, very abhorrent language in them. So I know a lot of people have been fans of Jeffree Star ever since his MySpace music days. I was never really that into him. I was aware of him and knew who he was, and honestly I thought he was beautiful and I really admired his individuality and his style. But I was kind of put off by his personality and stuff like that. I wasn't really into his music, and I think I was a little too old for it at the time. Yeah, I wasn't really into the whole like bad bitch kind of mean girl persona that he always seems to exemplify and has had even since back then. I don't know if it's his real personality or if it's just an act for his fans or whatever, but yeah, I've just personally never been that into people you know, kind of propagating the idea that it's cool to be mean and catty and bitchy and stuff. And I mean, sometimes, you know, just for comedic effect or whatever, I can get that it's funny, but yeah, some of the videos and stuff I saw where he was actually flat out mean and rude to his fans and stuff, it was just a really big turn off to me. But that's me personally. If you are into that sort of thing, that's totally fine. I'm just saying this is from my perspective. I was never really that into it. But so then Jeffree Star recently started his own makeup brand, and he produced these velour liquid lipsticks, I think they're called, and it basically broke the internet. Everyone went crazy over them. And they were always sold out. I'm not gonna lie, I did try to buy some sometime, but they were just always sold out of the shades that I wanted. So I'm not gonna front and act like, you know, I never liked them and never wanted them. I totally wanted some of his lipsticks. They were just always sold out because apparently they're so popular and so awesome or whatever. But so I also found out that Jeffree was on YouTube now, and he was doing makeup videos and stuff like that. So I actually started watching some of his YouTube videos, and I found a lot of stuff about him that I did like. Like, he was very witty and funny and charming, and of course his makeup was always stunning. It was like so on point all the time. It's amazing. But again, despite me really liking these aspects of Jeffree Star, I just found myself turned off by his kind of mean, sort of bitchy persona, and there were like these other things that I hadn't seen before that kind of added to it, like the whole conspicuous consumerism and him showing off, you know, his fancy bags and cars and get ready with me in my Rolls Royce and stuff like that. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. It's your money. You can spend it however you want to, of course. I have nothing against anyone who has money and buys nice, expensive things. I indulge in luxury items and stuff, like I'm sure a lot of people do. You know, it's your money. You do you. It's just the whole showing it off aspect that kind of turns me off, like especially in these economic times when just about everyone has it kind of rough. It just seems a little, I don't know, just kind of insensitive to me. Nothing against getting stuff that you like, if it's expensive or not, whatever, that's fine. It's just the kind of conspicuousness of it and the showy offness. Is that a word? Showy offness? Showing off. Showing offiness. Sure. We'll go with that. It's just the whole being a show-off thing is like, leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I never hated him or anything. I still don't hate him. I just never really cared for him and got more into him as a person and a brand just because of some of those little behaviors that were kind of turn-offs to me. And as for Kat Von D and her whole, she kind of blew up the internet too when she like basically disowned Jeffree Star. But I'm gonna be the first to admit that I am biased when it comes to Kat Von D and her makeup line. I love her makeup. I love the packaging, I love the formulas, I love how it's sort of on a gothic kind of edgy bend. Not a lot of makeup brands are like that, but admittedly I don't know a whole lot about her as a person. She seems to be very conscious of her image and how it affects her brand in a way that Jeffree Star apparently isn't. But I also recently found out that she was engaged like twice to Jesse James, the same guy who was married to Sandra Bullock and cheated on her with a woman who looks kind of like Kat Von D, a super tattooed brunette lady. And yeah, so Kat Von D was engaged to him, and he was like a neo-Nazi, or I don't know, he may not be a neo-Nazi, but he definitely like collects Nazi memorabilia and he's into Nazi aesthetic shit, and he's probably a Nazi sympathizer. So yeah, I'm like side-eyeing her really hard. And there's some unconfirmed stories about Kat doing some kind of anti-Semitic shit in her past. So yeah, I think she's kind of learned to keep her nose clean, but yeah, I'm definitely side-eyeing her a lot. And honestly, I feel like a lot of like the whole reason Kat denounced Jeffree was basically just damage control. I feel like she took a look around, saw all the shit going down, everybody getting really upset, and she was like, oh shit, like people associate us because we're best friends, and people, like she said, found Jeffree through her. So she's like, you know, time to get out my life raft, basically. So anyway, in regards to that whole situation, I'll have links down below to Jeffree's racist comment videos and also his Twitter apology for them, which that is another big problem that a lot of people have with him about the comments, is because he has made apology videos on YouTube for various other scandals that he's been in, but he still has yet to make a video apologizing for you know, his past racism, and a lot of people have pointed out that his Twitter apology is kind of hollow and not really sincere, and it doesn't really seem to come from a place that recognizes why what he did was wrong, but more rather like, you know, upset that he got caught sort of thing, and then just kind of plays himself off as a victim. And I tend to agree with that. It doesn't seem like a very satisfying apology, and again, I feel like if he was truly sincere and truly wanted to make amends and apologize, he would make a video about it. And also, I will link below to a video by one of my favorite YouTubers, Kat Black. She did an amazing video addressing Jeffree Star's racism and kind of her reaction to it. And she also talked about the Bomb Beauty Challenge, which is Black-owned makeup brand challenge, where people are, you know, doing full faces of makeup using only Black-owned beauty brands to kind of, as a statement against racism and as a statement against, you know, all the anti-Blackness that exists in the world that we're in. And I just think that's awesome. I plan on doing the Bomb Beauty Challenge as well, and she also has like a million links to Black-owned beauty brands that are just awesome. A lot of them I didn't know about and found out through her video, so yeah, definitely watch it. It is such a good video. I love her. But yeah, enough about the drama. I feel like I've spent so long talking about the drama, and I said I wasn't going to talk about the drama, but I just wanted to let you guys know where I sat on the situation and everything. But what I actually wanted to make this video about was about being more conscious as consumers and being better informed about who we're supporting with our money. Because in the capitalist society we live in, how we spend our money is basically our voice. Like, to corporations and companies and brands and stuff, our actual voice doesn't really mean a whole lot. What really talks to them is money. Money talks literally with them. And we're voting, every time we spend our coins, we are voting for what we want to see more of in the world. So many videos I watched that were reacting to the Jeffree Star drama, and even friends of mine that I talked to about it afterwards didn't even know who Jeffree Star was really, or what he represented, what his ethics were, what he stood for. They just saw, you know, a fancy, very popular lipstick with awesome packaging, and they had to have it because it was all over Instagram, it was all over YouTube, everyone was using it, so they just had to have it. I know in the society and in the world we live in, it is pretty much impossible to make sure that all of your purchases are ethical. I don't think it's very practical for most people to strive for that, but I do think we can strive to make little changes and just be better informed about what we're supporting with our money. But especially when it comes to luxury products like high-end makeup, I feel like we can definitely afford to, you know, do a little bit of background checking and figure out what these brands represent, what their morals are, who their figureheads are, and what they stand for, before we just go handing over our money to them because it's popular right now. Beyond just making sure that the brand or owner isn't overtly prejudiced, we can also think of causes and ethics that are important to us and make a short list of things we want to support in makeup brands, such as environmental causes, not testing on animals, being vegan, working with communities to prevent, you know, human exploitation. You know, just look up simple things like, does this company contribute to, you know, rainforest deforestation or not? Does this company test on animals? Does it have, you know, toxic ingredients? Things like that, things that are important to you. And don't beat yourself up if you're not able to support every cause. No one is able to, and it's not your fault. Just focus on the things that you can do, the most important things to you that you can affect right now. And also don't shame others because they are not able to afford to support the same ethical shopping as you, or if they just don't want to or they're not able to. Just do some research, be a smart consumer. I'll have some links down below to some of the most ethical beauty companies in different ways. And also, if you were as upset and, you know, saddened by all the all the racism that's still in the world today, and you know, that's prominent in the beauty industry and the colorism and stuff like that, consider supporting beauty brands that are owned by women of color, and particularly black women. I'm not saying anything lofty like it's going to put an end to racism or it's going to put an end to police brutality, but again, you are voting with your money about what you want to see in the world. You're telling, you know, black women entrepreneurs that you support them and that you want them to succeed and you want more businesses to follow suit. So that's pretty much all I had to say about this. In summation, you can like whatever you want, you can buy whatever you want, you can still love Jeffree Star and ride or die for him, you can hate me for, you know, not supporting him. It's up to you what and if you want to boycott anyone or anything. All I'm suggesting in this video is that maybe we take a look around us, try to be a little bit more aware of what we're buying before we buy it, and just think about what we're supporting with our money. I would love to hear what you have to say about this, so leave me a comment down below. Let's keep this civil, no harassment, no bullying or anything, or I will delete your comments, just letting you know. And if you haven't already and you'd like to, please feel free to subscribe and become a member of my coven of beautiful spoopies. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you. And remember that you are beautiful just the way you are, and to always be yourself. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.